Hey, what's up everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. I'm running behind schedule today. Not too much, I don't think. Probably about 15 minutes behind schedule in regards to getting to therapy. It's a very cool 89 degrees. And I would love to say I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. I'm really not. It feels great. It's going to be as high as 95 today. I think today's officially supposed to be the last day of real heat for a little while. It's going to drop down in like 80 tomorrow, 80 something like that, and it's gonna be in the 70s at the end of the week. Very strange. Very comfortable in my new room, except for the shower. It's horrible. It's awful, man. The thing about the shower is the hot water in the bathtub is fused together. The knob does not turn at all. It's fused purposely, and it leaks continuously. And that's as much hot water as you get when it's time to turn the shower on. Now, the cold water can blast, but the hot water trickles, a little more than trickles. It streams very, very softly, which means the power from your shower, the more power you put into the shower, the less hot water you have. So if you want it to blast, you're having a cold shower. If you let it leak damn near to a drip, you got hot water. So it's the worst shower of them all, for sure. It's bad. It's really bad. But I will adapt to that just like I adapt to anything else. Put the soap on while it's hot, and then when it's time to wash the soap off, you just blast quickly and then get right back to the warm water. So it's bad, man. But that's just what it's going to be for the next 3 weeks. But the bed itself is the best bed. The worst shower and the best bed by far. The bed is amazing. So you take the good with the bad, man. I ain't seen no pests in there, no roaches whatsoever, so that's good. Limited space from which to eat and stuff like that. You got to use the countertop to eat and do art on, but the lighting is really good when you do the art near the countertop because there's a light above you. So I made some really good art yesterday and was able to get some of the best lighting that I've been able to find in this building. So you take the good with the bad, man. Great lighting, bad surface, bad shower, great bed. I mean, you just gotta take the good with the bad. But so you know, for someone who's an artist, I really appreciate that lighting process, though. And eating breakfast at the countertop didn't prove to be too frustrating. There's like a nice, I ain't gonna say a nice seat there, but it's a comfortable like love seat that you can move back and forth. Enough space from which to move it back and forth so you can get it to the countertop and do all the art there. So it's comfortable sitting in and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna take the good with the bad, man, but that shower is egregious. It's absolutely egregious. They should be ashamed of themselves renting that thing out without fixing that. But yeah, man, so I haven't had a whole lot of good luck with the showers in the last 3 rooms in a row have been bad showers after having 2 in a great, amazing shower heads. These have been 3 of the worst. So it sucks in a sense that you're going to pay the same amount, but not all rooms are created equal by any stretch of the imagination. You're going to always pay the same amount. Sometimes you get great rooms, other times the rooms are terrible. It's just part of how they have it set up. So yeah, that is what it is, man. But I tell you, the bed makes it something that it's hard to, you know, to really complain about it, because the bed sits up high like I like it. You know, when I lived over at Lennox, how I like to have 2 mattresses and 2 bed springs stacked on top of each other so I can sit up like a king. This one's almost that high. It almost sits that high, and then the bed itself has like some type of foam to it. I think the bed itself is made out of foam, so it's a real comfortable bed, man. I slept as good as I slept since I've been on this side of town last night. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. So I'm back out after spending 2 days at the NoHo Hotel, which really went well, to be honest with you. I just felt thrown off because I couldn't do some of my routine. But, you know, I was able to get my squat regimen in this morning. The fish that I purchased yesterday sat extremely well with my stomach. I bought some type of salmon, raw salmon, that's pre-packaged and cut, and so having that with the rice gave me about as clear as a stomach experience as I've had since having these issues. So I don't know if I can settle into that. Not all fish is created equal, but that was a good start to that particular process. I'm not gonna say I love the meal though. It didn't taste all that great, but as you guys know, as long as it's bland, it's probably gonna go well with my stomach. The moment it starts tasting good, that's when I know I'm gonna have problems. New understanding: Subway bread. I can't have their bread, because I was wondering, like, all right, can I eat the sandwich without the sauce? Because I had a sandwich. I bought 2 sandwiches in a row, which was not cheap. In my situation, that wasn't great, but I ended up buying the same sandwich twice in a row. But the second day, I didn't allow for any sauce, because that sauce that they had, I knew it wasn't no good when they put it on there for my stomach, and it proved to be as bad as expected. But even without the sauce, I still had a lot of problems. And I came to the conclusion that this is bread. Whatever they put in the bread, most bread is made with either yeast, milk, eggs. So it's like, I need to condition myself to understand that a good portion of things have things in it that I'm allergic to. Even the most simple stuff that y'all take for granted to eat, I really can't do it. Cheese, eggs, bread with yeast, milk of any kind, ice cream, or all the different types of dairy, I'm extremely allergic to it. That's the reality of it. I'm not just allergic. I got a very bad case of the allergies when it comes to that type of stuff. So it's like, I just got to be extremely selective about what I eat. And that's the curse of my living. But I understood this, but trying to find exactly what I cannot eat, because I didn't grow up with these allergies. In fact, I wasn't allergic to anything as a child, which is kind of ironic how this ultimately flipped on its axis. Went from having no allergies to being allergic, you know? So it's like, I gotta adjust, because all the stuff I grew up eating at nauseum, I can't digest anymore. My body just doesn't mess with any of it. So it's weird. I worked at Subway. I used to eat Subway every damn day. You know what I'm saying? And then your body just starts picking away at stuff that it wants to reject, and eventually my body just telling me I reject everything. It rejects really everything but rice, oatmeal, and raw fish. Chicken broth, whatever that little filmy stuff is that's in a chicken. When you cook chicken and you see in the water where it's the little white stuff, that destroys my stomach. So most of the time when I have any type of chicken, it's a problem. It's like, it's impossible for me to keep up with this. I'm having a hard time with it, basically. So I've been complaining about this for a while, but I'm still continuing to find that I'm allergic to more and more stuff, man. Bread, yeast, and all different types of stuff. I can't have none of it. So yeah, man, continuing this journey, you're trying to figure out how to nourish my body, and it's frustrating as hell, man. But that's pretty much that. I listened to the playlist that I made at the NoHo Hotel the first night yesterday, and I enjoyed it to the fullest. It was Delicity 398. I did the art for it. Looked like festive art. I don't know if the art actually matches the music, but I thought it was pretty solid artwork that I did there. Lots of colors. It's a lot going on with that one. So I think if you like R&B music, you like blends that have certain type of rock sounds to it, that's a playlist you're going to enjoy. So BDF 44 at Apple Music, BDF at Apple Music, one or the other. I don't ever actually know. I think it's BDF at Apple Music, whatever. Look me up and you'll see that I've done very close to 800 playlists at this point over the past 7 years I've been on this thing. So yeah, man, that's that. What else? Made a video last night discussing what was going on as I saw it in Gaza. That situation is terrible. They're dropping 2,000-pound bombs on tents with children and people in it. You know what I'm saying? And just when you think Israel can't get any worse, here they go with new ways of doing stuff. I don't know, man. America wants to keep supplying them these bombs for whatever reason. These people are so highly, bankrupt in their morality that they will take a check for literally anything. These politicians. Like, at what point in time does your morals tell you, and your decency tell you, okay, yeah, I did take these people money, but they killing kids now. They doing all types of weird stuff. They even making me look bad when I try to justify what they do. They ain't even backing me up in any way. And like, at what point in time does what they do exceed the amount of the payment you receive, American government? Like, at what point in time does the politics of itself make you look, adhering to those politics and those policies become too expensive for you? And that it hasn't gotten to that point is disturbing in and of itself. So that's my point of view, man. All those Democrats and Republicans that are still trying to side with Israel and still calling them our ally, I don't understand what the hell would make somebody in a position of power not have the ability to draw the line somewhere, any damn where, but somewhere. To not have a line is irresponsible on our parts for allowing people that don't have a line to have any say so in what it is that happens in the inner workings of our country. So I look at all of us just like I look at them, and I say, we got to do better. We should demand better. And we got to continue to spread the word about what's going on there so that people can know what their options are and know what's going on around them. Because at the end of the day, a lot of your moral lines are being crossed, and you may not have the entire scope of what it is they're doing and why you should have a problem with it. So that's really what I think, man. It's frustrating. I've been paying attention to this for almost a year now, very close to a year now. And there's so much wrong with allowing them to do this. There's so much wrong with doing it, but it's so much also wrong with being okay with it or being indifferent to it, especially when it's your country and your tax dollars that are supplying the weaponry from which to do this. I mean, it's weird in a sense that they keep on finding these creative ways to do this to these people, and in the same time disrespecting us and the government that they have in their back pocket by taking such valuable weaponry and wasting it in the way that they are. Even if it's somebody who's a human, who has humane intentions, morality, that's an aside factor. I don't really care about that as much as each person's life matters and that. But we're talking about dropping 2,000-pound bombs on 70 people, leaving huge craters in the middle of the earth. If I were heartless completely, I would still feel offended that they're wasting such ammo that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I be callous as hell in saying that if I were to support something awful like killing 70 innocent people, I would suggest that we not use that type of weaponry in doing so? Like, that is sick, man. Super overkill. Wasting money. You see what I'm saying? You're dropping ton bombs on people who don't pose any threat to anyone, who are not in a position to do anything about it. Like, what type of demonstration is that? Shouldn't those bombs be reserved for armies? Shouldn't those bombs be reserved for grown men and people who would otherwise provide some terror of your life? We're sending bombs to Israel, and they're performing overkill demonstrations with our weaponry. You see what I'm saying? And just because you can align with the narrative that this should be done doesn't mean that it should be done in this fashion. Let's just say you agree that this is fine, that Hamas is the worst people in the world, and that killing them is the most important thing for Israel to do, and that you have the full support of them doing it. Do you support the demonstration of dropping ton bombs on their heads? Isn't there an easier way to kill these people? In your mind? Isn't there a less cost-effective way to kill these people? Why would I not go to the space of, damn, you're wasting money, bro? Or are you laundering it? You have a surplus of money that you can afford to drop 2-ton bombs on tents? For whatever damn reason you're doing it. On tents? For whoever the hell is in there. On tents? Like I said, at some point in time, even the morally bankrupt, even those who truly believe the narrative that Hamas is rapists and killers, even if you're a person that wants to see people die, innocent ones especially, children most definitely, even if you're that kind of person, 2,000-pound bombs dropped on tents. If America can't see that Israel's giving them the finger by doing this, then I haven't done my job over the last couple of minutes explaining my point of view as I see it. They're giving you the finger, fam. They're saying, yo, your money is worthless to me, and I will do overkill stuff with that money to people that serve no harm to me just because I have my finger on your throat, America. It speaks to the depravity of their point of view to begin with. That they are so much better than everyone, even the people that help them the most, owe them so much in their minds that they would take something that is so valuable and so important and throw it away on our dime. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like me taking precious ammunition and shooting it at an ant farm or something. You see what I'm saying? It's like taking hollow points and blasting at roaches. What the hell are you doing? That is my point of view from a callous and non-humane and strictly financial minded perspective. If I didn't give a damn about a single soul and I care about my American money, these assholes are wasting it on this demonstration. And I think it's because they're trying to demonstrate a certain superiority, not only over those they're doing it to, but over the people that give them the bombs to do it. I'll take your 10,000, 2,000-pound bombs and I will drop them on the heads of whomever, whenever, regardless if it makes any damn sense or not, regardless if it poses a threat or not, because F you and F them. That's how I'm taking it as an American. That's how I'm taking it. On top of the natural humanity that's in my spirit as a human being. And it's almost like America's like, well, yeah, they're the chosen people, would have right to do that. Like, can't you see they giving you the finger? Can't you see that they are treating you psychologically poorly as you continue to support them? They are pimping you. America, give me all the money in your pocket. I'll spend it how I feel. Have it to me on time. That's what it is. I'm gonna bomb my most frivolous, innocent enemies. Not that that makes any sense at all to a regular mind, but to an Israeli mind, yeah. My most innocent enemies, I'm going to drop super overkill bombs on them for the demonstration of, you will never mess with Israel. even though you're not messing with Israel, because all you're doing is running from us as we terrorize you. But that we would think you would do anything for which we decide whether you are a threat or not, we're going to demonstrate super overkill to our own satisfaction on the dime of those who support us, to their own detriment, of course. But never mind that, because we don't care what America does, so long as they have our money on damn time and our bombs on damn time. Like, at some point in time, we gotta realize that they don't respect at all who is supplying them these weapons. And if they don't respect at all who is supplying them those weapons, then maybe it's not respect that is the burden of why those weapons are being sent. You gotta think about it like that. Like, if they're giving me the finger and I'm continuing to overkill supply so very much, to a mind like mine, they are giving away the truth about what is inspiring providing said weaponry. Which takes me back to the theory that I have, that a lot of these people are compromised and are only supporting Israel because Israel has something on them. And that would make this behavior of F you, America, make a lot of sense when you consider the behavior that is being done here in regards to what we just described. I don't respect you nor like you. I got you under my thumb, and you will continue to your own support based on your own self-preservation to provide me all that I otherwise ask for, or I'm going to follow up what it is that I do if you don't. They dry snitching on themselves, and they don't realize that there are people out here who are savvy enough of the mind to sense it. I happen to be one of them. I know what the hell I'm seeing right there. That's a lack of respect. And no buck back at all from the American side of things. BB come through, they clap him. BB giving every one of y'all the finger by the actions of himself, by how little support he gives you when it's time for you to back up your intentions for why you support him. They pop your people in the head. That Turkish lady, the hen situation, they ain't providing you no support for your backside while you continue to be steadfast and ironclad on theirs. And what type of interaction is that? When have you ever seen two parties behave that way? Let's be honest. I got your back to the end. You keep on leaving my backside to get kicked. I make every excuse for why you do what you do, and you don't at the very least back me when I try to? What the hell? How'd that work? How does that work? That's an abusive relationship that America's on the wrong end of, obviously. Obviously. That's a blink twice if you're in danger type of situation. Kamala, Donald, Blinken. That's what that is. Blink twice. And so for me, it's like, yo, I'm not the type of stupid I need to be to not see all of this. I'm not. I'm wired just right to see through all of this nonsense. Damn right, and just like I said this 10 months ago, that America was terrified of what Israel could do, which is why they back them all the way to the ground. They feel like this is the lesser of two evils. Killing kids, hey, they killing their people, they ain't killing ours. That's kind of how this looks. If we don't allow them to kill them, they gonna kill us. And the last thing you want is your people to know that. So we continue to mob and march or act as if it's not happening, whichever side American chooses, without the full spectrum of understanding of what it is that our government is so terrified of in regards to these bullies. They send their IDF soldiers on missions to support brash mobs of individuals who are settlers, who try to keep up the overall environment of apartheid and terror amongst the Palestinian people. And how do they handle that as a state, but send soldiers their way? What are these, Rothschilds? How much leverage do they have as settlers and citizens that you would send military to support them out in the middle of nowhere so that they can terrorize people with the backing of support? What do these people own? Jay-Z ain't got that kind of leverage. Bill Gates ain't doing that. Who are these damn settlers? And why do they have that type of support? I saw footage of Ben Giver, the Iraqi Zionist, handing out assault rifles to settlers. Shaking their hand, whole photo op, as if this is like the thing to most support in their society. The way we kiss babies when we're politicians is how he was handling this type of situation. Like, it is most acceptable that they do this. Like, what type of propaganda are they putting on their people, man? That this is the environment for which would be most celebrated by the common man and woman. Putting forth an entire campaign behind a guy who was known by the entire world as a rapist? Like, what? How warped is this? And how far from reasonable have these people become that this is the type of stuff that they would otherwise equate in our world as kissing babies and politicians? You see what I'm saying? That shit is weird, man. And it don't add up. It don't add up. These people are encouraged to be bullies of others in a very, very screwed up way. Depraved of all sense of humanity, having it basically snuffed out of their brains. We got to understand this. And what does that make the world look at them and say? We don't like them, they're scandalous, we want them out of here. So celebrate their passing. All different types of evil words surrounds people who engage in this type of behavior unapologetically, with intentions of being pointed at people that don't serve them any harm. And not only is this taking place, as strange of a social experiment as it seems, but it's also being backed by many governments around the world. Many, including some of the ones that surround that land that they stole. And all the Western worlds, with all its money and all its power and influence, its intention and primary focus is to assure that these settlers and those that are in those positions as Israelis have supreme power over everyone else, as it pertains to them being above reproach and otherwise sanctioned to be assholes. If that isn't some devilish ritual that has extreme religious backing to it, I don't know what is. It's a satanic ritual. That's what makes a lot of sense when you kind of put some sense together with this. Try to make some sense of this. That's what comes together. That those are Satan's chosen people. These are Satan's governments, and they are in place to assure that Satan's people are able to do and feel and move as they choose without being charged for such, held accountable for such or whatnot. If you can make some sense of it outside of that, I'm open. I'm all ears. Let me know what you find. Let me know what you find. If you can make some sense of that. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. There's something evil going on here, and it ain't just as simple as what it is we see, what it is that we understand. There's something deeper happening here, because you have governments who continue to stand in the hypocrisy of these actions and continue to back the people while those people are continuing to give those same governments the finger. Ironclad support, finger from those they have that ironclad support for. That behavior is weird. On top of the strange behavior of the mission itself, which is to kill innocent people and pretend like they're terrorists. That's strange enough in and of itself. What type of mass human sacrifice mission are we witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen? All I know is I'm seeing them continue to use our tax dollars to do it. And I continue to see those same people not back our elected officials when our elected officials are trying their best to back this hypocrisy that is being shown to all of us by way of what it is that we're seeing in our phones. They can't effectively back these people up because they keep on standing in the way of them doing so. It's hard for a guy like Blinken to get on stage and say, hey, it's all right. This ain't really happening. We're going to wait for them to investigate. And each and every time they come up with nothing. He getting up here saying, well, the little Indian dude gets up on stage with the glasses on talking about, well, we got to wait for all the facts. They ain't giving him no backing. They don't have his back at all. They let him sit out there and look absolutely insane while they continue to move forward in whatever it is they're trying to do in regards to inflicting pain on Palestinians. This shit don't make no sense. If he's put there to make all of us could be convinced that what he's saying is the real deal, why aren't the Israel nation of government officials and people backing any of that in any way that would make it look like he's making any sense at all? Humor us. They refuse to humor us, which tells me that we, America, those who are supplying them, hold no consequence to them. They do not care whether we know that they're doing this or not. They have very little concern about what the American people believe is going on over there. They're more interested in pushing the narrative to the few people that they have in their country in comparison to the many that we have in ours, who are funding the bullshit. They're more concerned about making them feel like the Kiss the Baby routine, aka allow people to do the craziest shit in the world campaign, is ironclad in regards to the propaganda that is most important to the Israeli government. Not the millions and millions of Americans and UK people who continue to send money to them in however millions of different fashions we are. They don't care about our moral compass or that we are convinced that they are not the worst people in the world. That's what I'm telling you. They don't care that we know. They're more concerned about pleasing those settlers and that of the people in Israel who have the depraved mindset that they are better than everyone else. This is a religious-driven mission. Religious-driven. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. They believe in this. It don't matter how many Israelis they are versus how many Americans and UK people and Canadian people are paying into their shit. Because they truly, to their heart, believe that they are chosen. So they intend and point their propaganda at making sure the chosen ones are at peace. And what puts them at peace obviously turns anybody with a stomach upside down. Anyone who has any sense of humanity is going to be offended by what makes them feel at peace, because it's about the supremacy of them and the easing of their fears and eradicating their enemies in the most egregious, torturous, and suffering way possible. That's what they truly believe. And that's what the propaganda machine is pointed at in regards to their people. Making sure that they are very much fulfilled. So that's what I'm telling y'all, man, this is sick. There's some real sick stuff going on over there. And our country is aligned with it in many ways because they benefit from it. But what I'm telling you is the behavior itself shows me that we are expendable. Completely. For all I know, they already got plans of wiping us out because they can give two shits about what we think. Don't y'all see that coming? If they got controls over nukes and stuff, then America's worried about them using them. I'm telling you that everything that I'm seeing is telling me that they have no problem using them. That you ain't doing nothing to keep them from using them. And they still giving you the finger even though you're saying yes to everything they ask. You see that? You don't see that, Donald? You don't see that? Harris? You don't see that? I would say something to Biden, but I know Biden ain't listening. He's not. His mind ain't. You know, he ain't here. So ain't no sense in addressing him. It's just, it's evil in nature, man. It's just demonic, yo. That's why I'm telling everybody, if we got any chance of standing up against this nonsense, we got to wake up out of what it is that we are ultimately in. All these mindsets that we have about being consumers, capitalism, all that stuff. If we don't wake up out of that and start organizing a way away from this nonsense, start, withholding our funding from this mission that they're on, when they turn their attention from their enemies, they're eventually going to turn their attention to someone else. That someone else may be you, maybe somebody else. But they're going to turn their attention to somebody. You guarantee it. And maybe they don't take over this land since they already control it. But believe me, that energy is going to have effects that are going to change this land. If you continue to allow them to feel like they can continue to give us the finger while we have that ironclad support for them, ain't no way in hell they're not going to feed off of that and continue to have even more and more leverage over us based on our compliance to allowing them to do this. It's inevitable. It is important that everybody that has any damn sense see that angle, regardless of what you feel morally in regards to the circumstance. See that angle and understand that you're going to be underneath the thumb of the people who are doing this in ways that you are not right now. You're going to be speaking their language. You're going to be giving your firstborn child to them. All different types of weird shit that they got written in their books. Whatever it is. You're going to do it. And the reason being is because you will have seen what they did to the Palestinian people. And in theory, you're going to be too fearful to ever allow it to happen to you. And so the only way you're going to be able to stop it is continue to do what they tell you to do. Y'all better do something about this shit. If they effectively extinct the Palestinian race, which is what their intention is, believe me, they will turn their attention to somebody else. Ain't no way around that. And be certain of this. That is exactly what they're trying to do. They want to make these people extinct. They're not trying to drive them to Egypt. They're going to kill these people. They're going to kill them all if you let them. That's the reality of it. This is not about just the land. They already have control over the land. That's the point. They already got control over the land. People say, oh, they're going to take over the land. The land's been taken over for 75 years. They already got the land. They're trying to fulfill their intentions in a religious fashion of wiping out the son of Amalek. They're going to wipe him out. His whole thing. Whoever they feel that they deem is the son of Amalek, they're going to kill him. Period. They think it's their moral duty to do so. They'll sacrifice their own people to get that done. And so that's what I'm trying to get people to understand, man. This is not minor. This ain't just about pipelines and oil and all different types of capitalistic stuff. This is bigger than that. This is what they feel in their religious right to do. They feel this way. To their souls. This is what it's about. This is what life is about for them. And you are just a character, not the main one. See what I'm saying? You're just a character and not the main one. They go to their grave for this shit. So ain't no reasoning with people like this. If you don't agree with them, but you want to go along with them because you benefit from it, they're going to end up taking over the world any damn way if you keep letting them move this way. The whole damn thing. And they will move as the chosen people if you allow them to leverage. If mankind allows them to leverage to believe that this is what it means to be chosen, they gonna continue to do this type of chosen stuff. Making entire races extinct and shit like that. If you're cool with that, you keep going forward with them. If you're not cool with that, then you may want to say something about it. You may want to stand up and say, yo, hey, Pac, I'm not with that. If you want to continue to make money here and eat here on this earth, you're going to have to start doing things differently. This will not be tolerated by the rest of humanity. By the entirety of humanity, we will not stand for you choosing who gets to survive and who has to go. That can't be. And until we get to a point where we're strong enough as a unit to say that, you're going to always have them in a position to control governments and corporations and media and all different other types of people who would otherwise adhere to them. Whoever they are, wherever they are, buying into whatever it is they're telling them. Warped by whatever it is that they own. And so that's what I'm telling y'all, man. It is very important that y'all heed this message, man. Whether you're a God-fearing person or secular in nature, whether you have a strong moral compass for for humanity, or you really could care less, this gonna affect all of us in a very, very messed up way if we don't really genuinely come together to at first acknowledge what is happening and then proceed to do something about it. A lot of y'all refuse to acknowledge it. You think it's in your best interest not to acknowledge it. Maybe life will go back to normal as you see it if we just allow them a little bit of time to do what they're doing. I'm telling you, no. That's not what the tea leaves are showing this brain. No, that's not what's going to happen there. Somebody got to be snapped out of this mindset of allowing them to do this comfortably for the betterment of their own situation, for fear of what it is they're going to destroy. They're going to destroy it all any damn way. You might as well fight for the preservation of yourself if you ain't going to fight for the preservation of others. You might as well do that. A lot of y'all stand so strong in your identity, they're going to wipe y'all out too. Some of the same people they tell you they like, oh, we like y'all, we appreciate y'all. No, they don't. No, they don't. They appreciate themselves and their own people. That's it. Everybody else is underneath them and has no right to stop them from doing the evil stuff to them that ultimately they choose to do at a given moment. That's how they really view the rest of humanity. If you ain't one of them, just like on some Hitler stuff, if you ain't one of them, be prepared to be bullied for the rest of eternity by these people. That is the reality of their intentions. Whether you choose to believe that or not, that's what's going to happen. That's what they own. That's what they feel their birthright is to this earth. That they get first dibs to every damn thing, and that everybody else need not stand in the way or ask for balance. Balance is a your problem, not a their problem. Humanity is a your problem, not a their problem. Their lives matter. Your life is for them. Your life is at the behest of what they want it to be. You work for them. You live for them. You die for them. That is their belief, their core belief. And I'm telling y'all, some of y'all Americans, y'all ignorance is going to be y'all death, man. It's going to be the death of y'all. All different types of facets, all different types of creeds, religions, and colors, and identities. Your ignorance is going to be the death of you. Y'all better wisen up and listen to somebody. I'm serious. Because a lot of y'all think y'all got it figured out when really y'all just under the thumb of these people. That's it. Y'all think you got it all together. Oh, we were good. No, you don't. Trust me, you do not. If you have no notion of what it is I've been describing, you don't know what the first thing of what's going on with them. And you need to. You need to not be just, oh, it's fine because I'm going to keep on doing what I want to know. No. You got an entity on this earth that believes itself to be superior to all, and they're enacting their intentions upon that earth as we speak. The demonstration of we will do whatever we want to whoever we want for as long as we want is in full effect. And in theory, you're supposed to adhere to that after watching them do it. That's what's going on here. This is a mission to show all of y'all that we the craziest ones in the bunch. We the ones willing to do everything. We the ones that got all the power. We the ones that own all the governments. We the ones that can take your moral compass and spit on it for the betterment of whatever it is we choose. We will fulfill our desires at your expense, and you will love it. That's what's happening to you, world. That's what they're showing you. A lot of y'all too caught up in stupid shit. Intelligent people caught up in stupid shit to demonstrate against them to offset that nonsense. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all. Y'all hang your own people on bridges over a couple $1 million, but you'll leave these assholes alone while they showing you that they crazier than you. Think about it. Give it some serious thought at the depths and the craziness that we've seen from some people who won't do a damn thing to those people, while those people are showing all of us they don't give a damn about anybody. I say the wrong thing politically in my city, and I'm gone. Let them do all of this, and you just say, well, I don't really want to say their name because they could do something to me. And them people who ain't afraid to kill and die, rob, murder, and all that, they afraid to say those people's names. They afraid to say, yo, the Zionists, them Zeus, or we afraid. Nah, we don't do that. Nah, it gets tricky when you start saying their name. Fool, you're willing to die and slaughter. Like literally. But you afraid to say these people's names? What, they the boogeyman? And that's the point. They have such a mental strain over humanity itself, over most of the humanity. Such a psychological domination over all of them, by way of all of what they own and dominate, and their demonstrations over the years, including the one that's going on right now, that people are gonna say, we're not gonna talk about them. We'll kill each other, we'll destroy each other, we'll snitch on each other, we'll do time in whatever necessary to uphold what matters to us, but leave them alone. Debo mindset type shit. We'll fight everybody to the death, but let one of them come around and we piss on ourselves type shit. I'm not with it. They don't have that domination over my brain, over my spirit. I have an adherence to a God, a living God who's already proven himself time and time and time again to me. I'm not afraid of them. They wage war against the harmless. Why the hell do I fear them? Make some sense of it. They terrify the people that can't harm them. People who praise God all day long. Children. They maiming and blowing pieces off of them every damn day and shit. Killing 2 and 3 school buses of kids a day. And I'm supposed to be fearing them? Dropping 2,000 pound bombs on tents full of homeless people? And I'm supposed to think they the most strong, chosen? What like, I ain't that type of stupid, man. That's small-minded energy right there. It's like giving the weakest dude on the block the biggest gun. That's what that is. And allowing him to believe whatever delusions he have in his head about being strong. That's what that is. And over time, he convinced every single body, every single where, that he's the toughest shit in the world. That's exactly what that is. Knowing damn well they can't be locked in a room with any of us. They really can't. If they don't have that power, and they don't have the backing of this and that and the third, they just a human body like everybody else. They ain't that much smarter or none of that. They just rigged the game. That's it. A game that we don't even need to play. Survival's the real game, not capitalism, not vying for land and all that stupid shit. Survival, beyond all of it. But you're too busy adhering to the boogeyman. Nah, man. No such thing as boogeyman. That's the point. Each and every one of us turned into the boogeyman with the right amount of backing. Just so happened to be to him. And the only reason why they had that backing is because nobody want to tell the truth about him on a large enough scale to get that for which they have over everyone's mind out of the circumstance from which they think, so that they can rise up against them like they're supposed to for the betterment of their own damn survival. Video 44. Thank you all for watching.